Hi, I'm the Bomb, and in this video I'll be guiding you to the third encounter in the Keeper's area of Ulduar, Freya. In this video I'll discuss her abilities, adds, and Phase 2. Before I begin, I would just like to mention that nature resistance can be a big help during this encounter since all of Freya's abilities are that of nature, and the same goes for her adds. I will begin with her abilities. The first is Touch of Eonar. This is something she will cast on herself immediately when the fight starts and heals her every second for 24,000 if a life binder is fully grown. Her second ability is Attuned to Nature, another buff she applies to herself when the fight starts. The buff begins at 150 stacks and increases the healing she receives by 4% per stack. The waves of adds that you kill are killed to remove these stacks. Her second ability is Sunbeam. This hits everyone within 8 yards for 5100 to 5900 damage on normal and 7400 to 8600 on heroic. Her fourth and final ability is Nature Bomb. When she does this, she will throw 10 to 15 bombs to random raid members which explode after 10 seconds. Players that get hit with the bomb must run away from the raid, at least 10 yards, or else it will cause the raid to take damage when the bomb explodes, which deals 5900 to 6200 damage on normal and 8800 to 9200 on heroic, and knocks you back. I will now talk about Phase 2. To start Phase 2, you must clear each of the 3 waves of adds twice. So when the fight starts, have everyone stack on the boss because the waves are random. When one wave spawns, you have 60 seconds to get it down before the next wave spawns. The first kinds of adds that spawn are the ones shown here. A Storm Lasher, Ancient Water Spirit, and a Snap Lasher. They will spawn simultaneously and need to die within 10 to 15 seconds within each other. All 3 of these adds have certain abilities that should be known. The Snap Lasher will put a buff on itself that increases damage it does by 10% for every attack made against it. This buff can stack 99 times, but it shouldn't go that high. At about 50 stacks, it should be cleared of attacks for about 4 seconds so the buff can reset. Dots do not affect this buff. The Storm Lasher casts nature spells as well as Chain Lightning, which only hits 3 people on normal and 5 on heroic. The Storm Lasher should be stunned and interrupted as often as possible. The Ancient Water Spirit should be tanked facing away from the raid because it will, periodically, charge forward and knock back anyone in its path. Personally, this wave of adds is the toughest and requires the highest amount of raid awareness and non-stupidity in the fight. For each death, 10 stacks of Attuned to Nature are removed. The second wave can contain an Ancient Conservatory, as seen here. This is a simple tank and spank add. However, he will spawn mushrooms around the room which everyone should stand on, because if you don't, you will get a debuff that does not allow you to cast spells or hit an enemy target until under a mushroom. These do despawn and new ones grow, so don't plan on standing under the same mushroom for the whole Conservator fight. The third and final wave can contain Detonating Lashers, which are the adds you saw before the Ancient Conservatory. These adds are the reason you want to stack on the boss when the fight starts and in between waves. They cannot be tanked and should be AoE'd down with no movement involved. However, as their name suggests, they will explode upon death, so after a brief AoE party, have everyone in the raid spread out and kill the Lashers individually. The death of the Lasher causes Freya to lose 2 stacks of her Attuned to Nature buff. There is one final type of enemy that you should be on the lookout for throughout this encounter, as it spawns every 45 seconds, and it is Eonar's Gift, also known as the Life Binder. This does not have that much health and should be killed by ranged classes, but help from melee never hurt. Once this tree spawns, it will grow for 10 seconds. If it fully grows, then it will heal Freya and any adds alive for 30% on regular and 60% on heroic. Once you have killed the 6 waves of adds, Phase 2 will start. Everything about the fight stays the same, except that the 3 waves of adds of course will stop spawning, and you only have to worry about DPSing Freya, killing the trees, and not being hit by the green nuts on the ground. In Phase 2 there will be one new thing about Freya. She will spawn green nuts that should be avoided because they will explode and kill you. Simply kiting Freya away from these is all that is required. Another method my guild has found to be easier is to pull Freya to the door of the room, near where the first elder was killed. The only reason we do this is that Freya will not spawn green nuts here, and phase 2 can simply be a tank and spank. At this time, I'd like to thank you for watching and wish you luck on your encounter. If you have any questions regarding this boss or any other, feel free to ask unless I have not posted a video for it yet. If you'd like to add something to this video, feel free to post a video response or leave a comment below. Thanks and see you next time.